I am alive cause you called me by name. You came along and got rid of the shame. Broke every chain and just set me free. I'm not the person I used to be. Followed your voice, then everything changed. Cause you are the only way. No matter what I did before, never let go. Never let go. Love me anyway. You love me anyway. You love me
Followed your voice and everything changed. Cause you are the only way.
no matter what I did before. You never let go of me. You never left when I closed the door. You love me anyway. Whoa, 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 whoa. You love me anyway. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You love me anyway. You love me anyway. Whoa, 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 whoa. You love me anyway. You love me anyway. Whoa, 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 whoa. Watch me now, watch me do it. See my hands, nothing to it. Doesn't matter, I can prove it. But you love me anyway. Watch me now, watch me do it. See my hands, nothing to it. Doesn't matter, I can prove it. You love me anyway. You love me anyway. Watch me now, watch me do it. See my hands, do it. Doesn't matter, I can prove it. But you love me anyway. 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 No matter what I did before, never let go of me. Never left when I closed the door. You love me anyway. 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 Oh, you love me anyway. You love me anyway. Oh, you love me
Give me that church mother in they church hat clap. Man, that sugar gave her color purple coming back clap. When that whole week beat you up and stress you, but you hear that organ playing and remind you of your blessings. And on another note, she just hit another note. Chills down my spine, got me crying, make me overload. You don't know about it though. Old school church hymns, deacons get the humming, now the drummer finna burst in. Lordy, Lordy, Lord. Can you hear me now? Church close, sweater, you don't care, you just get it now. Testify how we made martyrs out of these fathers and rose up all of his daughters to glorify him with thunder. Man, I swear Thomas Jones with a head did. Now it's flying everywhere, she don't care what her head did. She an egg, yeah, caught up in the egg, yeah. Probably why she clapping like Jesus just reappeared, yeah.
Give me that God Almighty, that good old gospel, that old school doctrine. Give me that truth for the body, ain't nobody.
I wanna be the type of dude to get the Lord on his feet. I wanna do the type of shows that the Lord wanna see. What I mean, if I can make the whole church clap, it ain't a clap in the heavens, then that clap just a clap, clap.
What's up, everybody? This is your boy, Pastor Jay. This Youth Ambush.
What's up, everybody? I'm Jay Austin. I just want to welcome you to the real ambush.
Yeah, let's go.
What's up, youth? Every youth that's in the room today, I just want to say, let's represent today. Let's show how much we love God, how much we love church today. Let's do it today. Let's go.
Hello everybody, my name is Amir Harris, and something unique about me is, I'm a head cheer captain.
Awesome. Amir attends Cheyenne High School, winning his first in Jams Cheer Nationals, and he is the head captain, as he said, and when he goes to college or trade school, he wants to go for possibly engineering.
My name is Amaya. One unique thing about me is I'm really good at math.
Woo!
Let's go.
And Amaya is in 12th grade. She attends Coronado High School. She was the secretary of the Black Student Union in 11th grade, and she is the leader of Everlasting Youth. It's a youth ministry at her school. She wants to go to college to study sonography, but she might change her major. What up, girl?
Yeah.
I'm Lexi, and one unique thing about me is I play the piano on the side.
That is my daughter. Her legal name is Alexandria Austin. She attends Faith Lutheran High School. She is a track star. She wants to go to LSU as her top choice to run track, and it shall be in the name of Jesus. And she was on the honor roll her first year, her freshman year, and she is on her way in her sophomore year.
Hi, I'm Jada Macon, and I guess one of my hidden talents is that I can sing, but please don't ask me to.
Well, another praise and worship member. Jada Macon is a senior at Canyon Springs High School, and she is VP of Events for BSU, VP of HOSA, Certified Medical Assistant.
My name is Michi Baldwin. Everybody call me Dada though, so y'all can call me Dada. Something unique about me. I guess I can do anything I put my mind to.
He said, that's what's unique about me. I'm him. That's what's unique about me.
Listen,
I'm him.
he is that. He's like, I am he. Amici Baldwin, we all call him our Dada. And so he is in 11th grade at Liberty High School. He is a wide receiver for varsity. And his goal is to go to college, and we are speaking that it will be fully paid for in Jesus' name. All right, so we just wanted to have a conversation with our youth on today. And one of our youth came to us. I won't say her name, but her name does sound like Exie Austin. And they wanted to do a panel discussion. And when Pastor heard it, he said, this is a fantastic idea. And so we are just gonna have a conversation with our youth. And this is one of those things that you really want to share this link with any youth that you know. Because we are very excited to hear and just learn and just hear the perspective of our youth of now. Say our youth right now. Say not just tomorrow. Say right now. So I want to just start off with this question, all right? And so I'm going to allow anybody to answer, and if not, I get to pick. Is that good? And so my first question is, when you think about God as a youth, what comes to mind? You could just jump in.
Oh, when I think
nice and loud.
When I think about God and youth, I think about someone I could just talk to without feeling judged, and just someone that just loves.
Awesome. Anybody else want to answer that?
When I think about God, I think about somebody I can depend on constantly, and they're always there. not someone that can in and out, walk out of my life, but someone that's consistently.
Awesome. Good, good, good.
I think I'll say, when I think about God, I think about forgiveness and how even though we try to do the right thing, sometimes we do slip up, and He's the one person that's not gonna, hold it over my head. He's gonna forgive me.
Wow. You look so much like your mom answering that question. Yeah. Great answer.
When I think about God, think about grace, and I also think about, I don't think about, I know not to depend on man in every situation.
That's powerful.
Listen, I think we got a preacher. Listen. So this is really fantastic answers. And so I think that's a powerful question because y'all gave better answers than I've heard from some adults. So very, very, very good. So tell me this. Let's talk about relationships as a youth. Tell me probably one of the biggest stressors as a youth, not just in dating, but in developing a healthy relationship as a teen.
Communicating.
Look, he was like, I got this one. And spoken from a young man.
So when you say communicate, do you mean in how you communicate? Like, break that down.
It's like when you know you're not supposed to be doing something, you gotta tell that person, or you gotta tell that person what you're doing, or so don't be sneaky. You see what I'm trying to say? Yeah, something like that.
That's good.
I feel like boundaries, and y'all both gotta stand for the same thing, and especially in beliefs.
That's good. I think we gotta stay right there.
Yeah, because is it difficult for you all to develop relationships with other teens that believe in God? Like, how is it challenging to be in relationships with people that don't believe like you?
I think becoming considering the fact that I've been a PK my entire life and that's all I've known. So going to a Christian school for the past 2 years, I go to a Christian school, but I don't really go to a Christian school. So finding people that actually believe in God and don't just use it as a title so they can get to heaven. So it's just harder to it's harder to find people who really want to walk with Him,
Wow.
If I could say, I think it's easy to find other teens that believe what you believe, but not live or worship how you worship. And so I know that not everybody has the same reasons for worshiping as I do, but how do I say it? They have reasons to worship, but they don't see the severity in what comes from worshiping. And I had a best friend that, she's amazing, but she doesn't understand when I cry or when I call out or when I pray randomly, and she's just like, girl, what are you doing? What's going on? And I'm like, no, you don't understand. This is what's holding me up, when mom's not around, when dad's not around, I have to call on somebody, and he's the one I'm gonna call on.
Wow. Wow.
Right here for a second. This is powerful. That's so powerful that we have babies, or y'all not babies, but
they still are. They are babies.
That are raised the way you all are raised. Do you find that you guys are ridiculed or talked about or judged for being a Christian, being so young?
Sometimes, but I don't care for real.
Yeah.
He said, I don't care for real.
Some, I wouldn't say lost people, but some people, the way I move, and my mom don't play that too. So the way I move, I can't do everything everybody else doing. And one thing I learned, I've tried to be sneaky, but I always get caught. And look, it's I know why I get caught, because I have a different calling on my life.
Here, sir. Come here, sir.
So when I realize that, you feel me, I just be, I'm gonna sit out, you feel me? I can't do what you do, because you gonna get away, but I'm not. You feel me? So I just be chilling, and I don't care. You call me lame all you want. Because if I line up in front of you on this field or anything I want to do, you're not finna touch me.
Preach.
The confidence. You see
Listen,
this man?
sir.
This man got confidence.
Confidence.
You can't train that. That's either you got it or you don't.
Did you want to say something else, Jada? Go ahead, baby.
I did. I don't think I've necessarily been ridiculed for being a Christian. It's the type of Christian that I am, or the type of believer that I am. Because I don't play. Like, my mama don't play, so I don't play. So when I say, like, you know, it's time for me to, like, focus and, like, really zero in, not saying that I haven't tried in my younger years, because middle school was, yeah. And I tried, but it looked so ugly on me. And people would always tell me growing up, like, oh, you're so beautiful, you have this light over you. And my cousin once told me in middle school, I was in the 8th grade, and he was like, whatever you're doing, you need to fix whatever you're doing, because what's going on? Your light is dim. And so I realized that it wasn't a good look on me, just who I was, and lighting back up with God made me so much brighter and so much more beautiful.
Wow. Your light is dim. Your cousin said that, and that testified to you. Your light is dim. Man, how many of us would be better if somebody would have came to you and said, your light is dim? That's so powerful. Wow. I already liked you for several reasons, but I like you even more. I'm not gonna say why I like you so much, but I'm just gonna say.
So I want you all to speak for teens that may not be able to speak. I want you to speak for teens that would love for their parents to hear this question. And I want you to speak for them, okay? I had to set that up because some of your parents are in the room, so that way they know you're not talking about them. Okay. So speak for teens who are not here to speak for themselves. What is one thing that a teen would love for their parent to know about how stressful it is being a teen?
Oh, it's so good.
I think it's really like, you know, it's not easy at all. It's not like, you know, it's not easy. And some parents think, oh, all you got to do is do this, you got to do that, you got to do your chores, and that's all you got to do. But it's not that easy. You got to deal with growing up as a teen. You got to go with like hormones, all of that. So, yeah.
Thank you.
To piggyback off that, you gotta think about letting down other people that you care about. So it's like kind of hard.
I feel like sometimes chasing your parents' expectations instead of your own is like, it's overwhelming. So like you could have, like me, I have my own expectations for myself. But when I get so busy trying to chase my parents' expectations, I get overwhelmed and I just give up on something because I forget that I'm doing it for me. It's also about me, but I'm so worried about the next that I get threw off. But sometimes though, my parents' expectations do me needed because I be slacking sometimes, but you know. But I feel like as a teen, you can't try to do everything for everybody else because at the end of the day, you got somebody trying to get where you're going, and you can't bring everybody with you. Because what you're doing is not for everybody. Oh, yeah.
Stay right there.
Yeah, we need to go back to all three of these, Pastor.
I was going to say, stay right there, guys, because you said something. Do you guys often feel like the expectations we put on you is overwhelming?
I feel like they're hidden expectations. Like, you don't say it, but it's like in the air. Like, you know, like, you want me to go
first.
to college. Yeah.
You better be first. You better be first. You better be first. You better be first. When you're running, we don't do second. You better be first.
So, like, expectations like that I have for myself, but then it's like I already know my dad's in the back with the same expectation. But then sometimes I think where it crosses is sometimes you'll have an expectation that I don't have, but because you have it, I feel like because you're my dad, I need to have it too. That makes sense. Yeah.
Very good.
I think that it's not, or at least I can say for me and for other teens that I know, it's not the expectation of your parents, it's that added on to everything else. So you not only have expectations from the world, from people at school, from teachers, from your parents, but you also have like just the stress of life. You have to come home, you have to get homework done, but you're tired. Or it's just how your body changes and how your mind changes. Like your mental plus reality can be so overwhelming. And I think I'm a witness to that because I'm like, oh, I know I have a call. I know I got to do what I got to do. And even that, like knowing that you have such a big call in your life can also be stressful because it's like I have to step up and I have to actually do the work plus, you know, life, like everything that you have to do just growing up. So
This is really, really good and such a powerful discussion. And so I hope the parents of those teens who are not here on the stage are paying attention to these responses. So
Wait, stay right there, babe, because I want to
Go ahead.
How do you all then deal with it, though?
Yeah.
I think because we as parents maybe don't have a real understanding of how you all process that stress. How do you deal with it to stay healthy mentally?
Well, me, I look at myself in the mirror. You know, like it's a football thing. You gotta tell yourself you're a dog. Feel me? You got that dog in you. So I just tell myself I got it, and I'm not gonna trip. And I know how I am. I know not a lot of people depending on me, but still, I feel like a lot of people depending on me, so I ain't finna let nothing stop me. And after that, you just keep going.
for me, I journal. I write like a lot because I know that there's some things I can't say out loud and people won't understand. So I just crack open that book and I'll be like, all right, girl, like what you gotta say? Just get it out now. And so after that, I usually just pray and then I just get up and I keep going. I don't.
One thing I do is I honestly just sit in silence and I'll just give everything to the Lord and just let Him have it. And then, I just live life because I know that He's going to help me through it.
That's good.
I'm a planner. I plan out what I'm gonna do next.
I love it.
So do you guys in your circles, because statistically they say teens right now are facing a lot of depression. There's a lot of, teens that feel suicidal. They're taking antidepressants. They feel like they don't have hope. What would you say, how would you help a teen that's facing depression, that's always feeling down?
Bring them here.
We in a safe place. Why not?
He said, bring him here. Period.
He said, bring them here.
Here.
How safe place. Wow. Bring them here.
Anybody else want to answer that?
I think that was the answer, honestly.
So what about a kid that can't get here? What do you say in conversation in the moment?
Well, my mom, you want to go to church, she all for it. You spend a night, well, you got to talk to the parents first, but most definitely you can spend a night or she going to come get you. If you need Jesus, she going to make sure you get Jesus. She going to make sure so I don't miss a beat. So if I don't miss a beat and you want to come with me and I tell her, she's most definitely tagging you along. And we going to make sure you get there.
Come on, mother of Dada. Crystal. Anybody else?
Pray for him right there.
He said pray for him. Amir, go ahead, baby.
Pray for him right there.
Pray for him right there. Say the right there part. Say right there.
Right there.
Say right there.
Right there.
We got teens that will pray for other teens in the moment. Say right there.
Right there.
I would say, and I mean, I can't always help people in this area because sometimes they don't know, but dissect, like see what the root of the problem is. Because I think people see depression and they're like, oh, you're depressed. Like, how do we, let's just pray this off of you. But it's like, what's the root of the problem? And I think tackling the root of the problem and praying on what's making you depressed, I think is really the that's really how you do it. You pray the root away because you can't really.
Pray the
Pray the root.
away.
So the soul and the spirit.
Pray the root. I just got free.
That's a sermon series.
got free.
That's a sermon series.
Pray the root away.
But I love what you just said. You said to take time to have a conversation. And so what do you do when in that conversation, there's some things you may not know how to handle? What would be some of, we talking about steps and we talked about dissecting. So what about when there's they've shared some things that are a little bit too heavy for you? What do you do then?
Well, I have a great relationship with my parents, so I feel like in the moment I would listen, because I feel like listening is the best thing, because I feel like maybe they don't have someone to, so I can be that person. But then I feel like I would go home, talk with my parents, and then give you advice. I feel like it would be like a domino effect, like I get help from my parents, I help you, instead of me just trying to figure it out, because to be honest, I don't know. I can't say that, but like, I'm gonna have to try to like give you some type of wisdom, and I know it's not from me, so I'll get it from my parents. Or my
Good. Good.
Can I say something?
Go ahead, baby. Absolutely.
One thing I noticed is that me and my mom, we have like a strong connection.
Can you turn our mic up for me, twin?
Please.
Me and my mom, we have like a strong connection, and I noticed that like somebody will tell me something, and I'll go tell her, and sometimes she'll like answer my prophecies for me. So
Wow.
And you look like your mama twin, but go ahead. She said my mama sometimes will answer my prophecies for me. Y'all hear these babies? That is absolutely powerful.
I think I'd have been different if I'd been around these kind of kids growing up. I think my life would have been a little different.
Anybody else's life would have been different had you had some of these friends.
My friends was ratchet. I asked my friends, do they serve Jesus? They're like, Juan? Let me ask you guys a question. This is we're in a very politically charged environment. And the conversations around politics are very sensitive. How do you all as teens engage or not engage in the political conversation? What do you guys think about our government and politics right now? What are some of your honest thoughts about where we are as a country in politics?
My personal opinion.
We don't want to know like who you want to vote for.
Right.
No, I ain't got my trust in them. I got trust in God. Anyway.
Did you hear that?
Anyway,
He said, I don't have my trust in them. I got my trust in God.
Anyway, I feel like it's all a finesse. I don't know. I just be thinking, because like when things happen in this country, they do so much of the opposite of what they saying they're gonna do. So they could be like, right now we like 35 trillion in debt. I just figured that out. And like, there's so much money going to so much other things that I wouldn't say we don't need, but we got people getting taxed, overly taxed for living. And then this money going to a whole nother country. And then you waiting, while people in debt, we waiting for tax money to come back. When if we can have the money now, we can invest in something. I like investing. Sometimes I spend my money. My mom know that. But at least I try, you feel me? But we can invest, we can put money into so much into other things, but everything is going to waste. Or we're just postponing people.
Outstanding. Anybody else? Alexandria? And then Amir?
I stay away from the political talk.
Maya.
Because I'm not really educated, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But I feel like a lot of the kids that are talking don't know either, but they're just hearing it from their parents, so they're just saying that. I'm like, you don't even know what you're talking. We can't even vote. So I'm like,
Amaya?
I'm not I'm not old enough to vote yet, but I honestly don't agree with any of these politics. They all they just call each other liars back and forth. They don't get along. Like this is not like the old debates where they just you know, like you know, like each other. They don't do that, and I think a lot of things happen behind closed doors. It's a lot of things we don't know about our whole entire state or country. We just don't know anything because they try to. I feel like everything is planned. That's just me.
Conspiracy.
I also feel like the politics make it more so personal than about the country.
I concur. Anybody else?
I try to encourage people to.
Y'all need to run for president. Who running for president? I'm just saying. Okay. Go ahead.
I try to promote just doing more in the community. And I feel like if you can do what you have to do in your space, in your city, in your state, then we can affect, state from state. But whenever people talk about, the government or the presidents, I'm like, you have no control over that. Neither do your parents. Little do they know. Not everybody's votes counts. You feel me? So it's like, do what you can here. Like, go see the children at the library. Like, speak to influence people that are our future. Like the people that are even younger than us or smaller than us. Like speaking to True or, to Dallas, just telling them like, hey, you can change this. Like this can be something that you have control over because God gave us that dominion, you know what I'm saying? So
She said affect those in your circle. She said do something with the people in your circle. And we need to vote locally. All right, keep going. Pastor, Apostle.
No, this is you all first of all have blown my mind today. We got to give it up for them already. They have just absolutely blown my mind. This is what I want to ask you guys. For you all as teens, what does it mean to forgive?
As a young person, no, I'm not gonna say it may seem hard. It is hard because a lot of things happen and it can put you through so much mentally that you feel like this person doesn't deserve certain things or you hold grudges, but when you do that, you only bring more upon yourself because you take in what you dish out. So if you holding in something against somebody, you can't hold it in forever. So you just leave it in God's hands and pray for them.
That's good. Very good.
I think about how many times God has forgave me in a lot of things. I think about how much times I've sinned and then I'll ask for forgiveness and He'll just throw it in the well and just forget about it. Or not forget about it, but He forgives me, and then that's why I say, I should forgive other people. They say forgive, but don't forget. I believe in that a lot.
Forgive, but it doesn't mean you have to forget. That is a very powerful statement, to be able to let it go, but it doesn't mean it's wiped from your memory. Very outstanding. Anybody else?
Picking back off to what she said, that's kind of what I live by. I forgive you. I understand we're human, so we make mistakes, and we're kids, so we make a ton of mistakes. But also, it's I didn't forget what you did, so we can't be friends. But we don't have any beef or any issues. I just need to stay away from you because I don't forget what you did. If that makes sense.
It doesn't mean you have to reconnect with the person.
Exactly.
That's good. That's good. Jada, and then Amir.
I see forgiveness more as freedom for me because I can't really say what I'm forgiving you for is in some words forgivable, but I know for me I have to forgive you because I'm not deserving of forgiveness either sometimes. So forgiving you frees me from the burden of holding that grudge because I don't think people really realize how much that brings you down, and it is not a pretty look at all.
Girl, I love you. All right. Amir.
To piggyback off what she said, having a grudge against somebody is kind of hard because you're going to remember that every time you see them, it's going to be they did that. They did this. So it's you might as well just forgive them so you're going to be they did that, did this.
He said, so you don't see them and be oh.
How many of us are honest? We see somebody, we like, oh, I can't stand you.
That feeling, I hate that feeling. And so feeling like somebody has that power over me to completely change my mood when I look at you and my whole day changes, you have too much power. So it's like, no, let me go ahead and forgive you so I can move on and do what I have to do.
I mean, we as adults needed that one.
I'm giving you too much
Power.
over me, mentally, emotionally. That's a major point just right there, is we cannot continue to allow people to have that much power over us.
So while we're right there, you know, mental health is the new buzzword, and I know they're huge on this and the kids with everybody really. How do you all handle when you're in your own personal mind fights? What are some tangible things that you do? What's some tangible things you do when you're in your own weakness mentally? So we know you give it to God. Y'all have said that. But what are some tangible things that you all do when you're in those kind of mental spaces?
Let me tell you about that mirror.
Talk about the mirror.
When you look at yourself, you're gonna be miserable for a little minute. But when you look at yourself, and sometimes you gotta remember who you are. So when you remember who you are and who's behind you and what you stand for and what your purpose is in life, it really gets out of your head. For me, that mirror don't work, I just go to sleep.
Talk, Dada.
Look, my mom, like, bro, when y'all started talking about protecting your sleep, my mom, the phone's gone when you sleep. Leave your phone alone. Like, you get in your head, half the stuff you're in your head about is over that phone, I promise you. Leave that phone alone, I be snoozing. Wake up, jolly, I'm out the door by 6:28. Jolly, by 6:28. My mom, I'm out the door before my mom wake up. Start the day off, you know, you pray, you good. But if you continue to let certain things, you have to let go of certain things to not be in your head.
Wow.
So once you let go of certain things to not be in your own head, then you'll be straight. That's what I feel like.
Outstanding. Amaya, then Amir.
I think about how we live in the world, and it's not easy living in this world. Everybody judges everything that you do, but then I have to think about, look in the mirror and say that, like, God made you perfectly. He doesn't mess up in anything.
Baby girl, baby girl. Talk, Amir.
Talk that talk.
Yes, you can look in the mirror too, but you also can just talk to yourself. Or you just be like, or just do something you like to do. Or personally, I'll probably just, I don't know, probably start singing or something like that.
He said he gonna sing. But I love everything you're saying, because everything you're saying is literally you are taking hold of what's happening in your mind. So all of you all are doing something to physically take control of the thoughts that's happening, to switch your mind to doing something else. Anybody else want to share on that point?
I would say isolation. I know it's worked for me. It hasn't always worked, but when I found out what I was isolating from, I'm isolating myself from what's not going to influence me to be better or to get out of that headspace. So not isolating from everyone, but like for me, that's the time to connect with my mom. Like when I'm in the dumps, I'm like, okay, I'm finna go live with my mom. I'm finna go sit with my mom. I'm finna go talk with her or go sit with my grandma or just hear even those like old faithfuls. And I'm like, sometimes it don't make sense really, but it helps. And it gives you that, that sense of like, okay, what's old sometimes works. So sometimes you have to pull from your elders, from your mom, the stuff that don't make sense.
Did you say elders?
Yes, my elders.
She thinking they didn't call us elders.
Not them, but like the people after them.
Yeah, okay, that's good. Clean it up, Jada. Clean it up.
To piggyback
Clean
on
it
what
up.
she's saying,
Clean it up, baby girl.
We are elders. We are. We fight with that.
to piggyback off what she's saying, you gotta cut off certain people.
Wow.
You gotta surround yourself by like-minded people. You gotta realize that everybody is not for you. Just because it feel good don't mean it is good for you. So you could be having the party of your life, I promise you. But it ain't for you. Something's touching you. Something's getting to you for sure, for sure. So, like, sometimes I get my mom. Sometimes I feel like she be tripping, but music, the people you hang around, trust, there's something hanging on to you that you don't know of. So you got to watch who you hang around. You have to be observant of everything you do and do everything with intention.
That's so good.
So you don't attract certain things to yourself.
Wow.
Jesus.
Let me ask you guys this as we get ready to close. A lot of people don't believe in prayer. They don't believe prayer works. Have you guys experienced times in your life where you prayed
Yes.
and you've seen God answer your prayers? Have you guys experienced answered prayers?
Yes.
I'd love to hear it.
So I guess I can kind of give an example. Well, like last year, I needed an opportunity to be able to run at states, and I was being overlooked. Nobody was looking at me. They thought because I was a freshman, I couldn't do it. So me and my dad, we sat. I think I sat and prayed, and I prayed in my room. And I prayed in my room, and I was just asking God, just asking for like an opportunity. I didn't need the skill, I had it. I didn't need like any materials, I had it. I just needed an opportunity to be able to do it, so I prayed. And I think I prayed on like a Monday, and then on like a Wednesday, I got the opportunity. My uncle said, he came and he sat right there and he told me, you have an opportunity to be able to race a bunch of girls on your team to be able to make it to state. So I got the opportunity and I won. So I was able to go to state.
And she actually got third in the state finals on her team, on the 4x100 team.
And she was prepared
Wow.
when she got the opportunity. That's good. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else?
I've thought about like how I do this every time I get into a friendship or relationship. I think about like, or I ask God and I ask him like, if this person is not for me, please remove them out of my life. And I've done it before, and he just like 24 hours. It was 24 hours. That's all it took, and that person was gone. Like it just wasn't for me.
Amaya.
Wow.
Outstanding. So I'm going to give you some of my prayer requests because it be seeming like he ain't listening to me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Outstanding. Who else wants to share?
You know, if you go through a lot and you pray, because a lot of stuff be on my mind. Sometimes I don't speak. I don't think to speak because I like silence. But sometimes when you're draining that silence, it don't work. So you ain't got no choice but to pray. So one time, I just prayed. Now, I don't know. I broke down. But I don't know. It's like words was coming out of my mouth, but I wasn't saying nothing. You feel me? I wasn't saying nothing. I'm just weeping, beat up. But I knew what I was praying for, and I just wanted God to cleanse my mind without all the negative thoughts. It took me a while because I had doubts, because everything wasn't going my way. But my mom, she told me to pray about it, and she told me that my whole life is not based off of what I want. It's what God wants for me. So with that being said, I just prayed a lot, and a lot of stress been off. I'm happy.
Woo.
Wow.
Happy.
Powerful.
Anybody else want to share?
I know one prayer within the last year, and my mom can attest to it. We were both praying like, God, just fix my circle, because it seemed like no matter what I said, no matter what I did, the same like poisonous people would just come and like attack me. And it just felt like I couldn't get away from it. And so people started to show their true colors, and I started just backing away. And I was by myself, I was alone, and I was like, I don't need no friends, I'm good, I'm fine. And then I was like, oh, this is actually like kind of whack. So like I do need friends other than my mom, love you. But, you know, and so I just prayed, and I was like, God, just send me like someone who's gonna be honest, someone who's gonna be loyal, and someone who's just gonna, you know, be my friend, like just be there. And I joined Bethel, and then I kept coming to church. And then before you knew it, me and Jaden, I don't know where he is, but we became friends. first. We became friends.
And we
But-
are happy.
I'm just saying.
Regardless of the status of the relationship, we have a friendship, and I think that's something that I'll always cherish is that friendship.
I need a tissue.
Where
I need a
is Jade
tissue.
in that? Where
Where I
is
need a
Jade?
tissue.
Where is
Oh, I need a tissue, y'all. Thank you, girl. Thank you, girl. Anybody else? Because I'm a mess.
One more thing to say. I also think like you should also listen to your parents because I noticed that my mom, like every single time I get a new friend or something, she's like, I don't know about this person. And, like I'm telling you, parents have all the discernment that you need because, like they're always right about it at the end. Like I had this one friend, my mom, she met her one time. She's like, I don't know about this person. Months later, she was gone. So I think that you should also listen to your parents' discernment. It's really important.
Go ahead, Amir.
Mine's not dealing with none of that. So it was this flip, right? It's called a full. So I kept on hitting it, and then I fell on my face, hit my head a couple times. Almost cried, but I ain't cry. I did get a little attitude, but like, I just prayed about it, kept on praying about it. And then one day, I hit it, but I ain't hit it. And then the next day, I stuck it. Like, I stuck it. And then I was happy after.
Good job. He put in the work.
Yeah.
So we're going to wrap this up, but I would love to wrap up with a statement, a charge, something that I want each one of you to speak to a teen and something from your heart to encourage that teen. So I love just a word of encouragement. Doesn't have to be long, but you give a word of encouragement. I want you to act like a camera is right in front of you and talk to a teen and give them a word of encouragement. Go ahead, Dada.
It's gonna be okay, bro.
Say it good and loud.
It's gonna be okay.
It's gonna be okay.
You don't gotta worry at all. Life is life when life is life, but it's gonna be okay.
I say that you just keep going. There's a lot of stuff in the world. You just got to keep going. There's struggles in the world. You go through a lot of things throughout your life. Life is short also. So just keep going and be you.
If you fall, get back up. Don't never stop trying.
That's good, sir.
Always go back to who God says you are. Just that's something that you can always fall back on because his word is no lie. No matter what people may say, his word is no lie. So always go back and say, oh, God said I'm great. God said I'm strong. God said I'm powerful. God said I have dominion, and keep falling back on that.
I would say it's okay to be different. God's walk is different, so it's okay to be different, but you're still on the right path. And sometimes you might not have all the friends, you might not have all the popularity, but you got God and you have your walk, so you'll be okay.
Let's give it up.
Can we celebrate the brilliance, the genius, the God in these babies?
Dada, Jada, Lexi, Amaya, and Amir. We stand for you all today.
Wow. Honestly, amazing.